Hi, I'm Philippe Beaudoin, founder and CEO of Waverly. I'd like to start this talk by going back to the basics, definitions. Before we had web browsers, here's how the Merriam-Webster defined the verb to browse. To look over or through an aggregate of things casually, especially in search of something interesting. Please take a moment to ponder that definition. Looking over an aggregate of things in search of something interesting. With potentially interesting information coming at us much faster than we can process it, this seems like the superpower we need. We need a way to browse. But our web browsers are not that. They are not where we go to look over an aggregate of things in search of something interesting. No, we browse in places like Facebook, Twitter, Google News, Netflix, YouTube. Each aggregate of things has its own browser. This sucks. Especially if, like me, you think the world would thrive if information lived outside of walled gardens. There is no way to achieve a world of decentralized information if we do not uncouple our ability to browse from the collection that we want to look over. So let's look at the distance between our current browsers and the browsing we need to do. 1. Units. Browsers are good at presenting atomic pieces of content, web pages. They do not intrinsically understand the concept of a collection. Yet browsing is about looking through an aggregate of things. To browse, we need a tool that works primarily with collections. 2. Presentation. Another important aspect of browsing is that it should minimize the cognitive load required to make sense of the things we browse through. Yet browsers render every page according to the whims of the page creator. It's great to create the diversity we want, but it's awful to reduce the cognitive load we must deploy to browse this diverse world. Browsing, on the other hand, cares about creating a more uniform content environment. An environment in which each thing in the collection can be quickly understood. 3. Level of detail. A browser allows us to interact with the content in its entirety, at the lowest possible level of detail. But browsing works best if we can focus on the important details first. A good browser should hide low-level details and let us unfold them as we need. At Waverly, we're building this. Our browser is built to understand any decentralized collection of content. Articles from the web, from your favorite video platform, podcast, Waverly understands all of that. We care about presenting these collections uniformly so that you can make sense of every unit you browse through. We let you interact with collections at the right level of detail. We do this by selecting only a few relevant items from the aggregate and by folding away the unneeded details. We give you the browsing tools you need, like a back button. In fact, we embrace the web, and we defer to your good old browser to present the content you decide to look into. The most important thing, though, is that we aspire to fix the ways in which our current content platforms are broken. Let me tell you what these strange little icons mean. To do that, I have to introduce the concept of waves. Waves are short pieces of natural language text that captures, in your own words, what you really care about. Waves allow us to move from being a simple user agent to enable what we call real user agency. The browser as we see it has a huge and ever-changing configuration space. We think that embracing natural language is how we can give users real control over that space. If the previous era of the web was about understanding the information that was out there, we believe that the coming era is about understanding us, humans. So our mission at Waverly is to build tools that help you understand and achieve your real humans goal. And if you're interested to try our vision for the future of the browser, join our waitlist at mywaverly.com. Thank you.